Centuries ago, the world was ruled by the gods who were torturing the mortals, mostly for entertainment. But one of them, the goddess of wisdom and war, Athena, decided to protect humanity, even though she has a chance to wipe it forever. The goddess introduces her cause to the Council of Knights from all over the world, who help Athena in the fight against the other gods. These knights can collect and use the power of the stars, known as Cosmo. The other gods will soon retreat and fade into oblivion. However, the mighty goddess is now reborn as a child, and she will be adopted by a man named Alman Kiddo. Next, we meet the main protagonist in the movie. That's Seiya. He's an underground fighter in a ring. This guy differs from the conventional fighters, as he mostly dances around the ring and wins the fight by attacking at the right moment. With his style, he becomes very popular. But there is one other fighter who wants Seiya's popularity to come to an end. His name is Cassius, a veteran who is currently undefeated. He challenges Seiya and even has a chance to defeat him in the ring. But then, something strange happens. Some magic force from Seiya's body throws away and hurts Cassius, who experiences his first defeat. A moment after the fight, a strange man approaches the young fighter, saying that he is in danger. The man then takes Seiya to meet with Alman Kiddo. Right after that, Alman convinces the young warrior that he must go with them because an evil woman named Gurad and her warriors are already after him. Seiya doesn't know what is happening, but soon after, he saw Gurad's warriors circling the place looking for him, so he agrees to go with Alman and his henchman Mylok. Arriving at Alman's safe house, Seiya finds out that he's actually a guardian knight who has to protect the reincarnation of the goddess Athena. He also finds out that Athena is Alman's adopted daughter, Sienna. But not just to protect Sienna, Seiya already has another mission in his life, and that's to find his elder sister, Patricia. Growing up as an orphan, his sister was the only family in his life. She even taught him the first lessons in fighting. But during one practice, Seiya hit Patricia's pendant and made it glow. And soon after, the brother and sister were divided after a group of armed guards entered their house and took Patricia away. Seiya wasn't found, as his sister hid him in the wardrobe and gave him the pendant. Since then, the young warrior doesn't know where his sister is or if she's alive. But Alman tells him that Patricia was taken by the evil Gurad, and now she wants to take Sienna in a similar way. This information is just too much for Seiya, who has a hard time believing that Sienna is actually a goddess, and that he is a guardian angel. To gain his real potential and learn how to use his Cosmo, the warrior is sent to an island. Here, he meets Marin, a girl warrior with a metal mask on her face, who will have to convince Seiya to work hard and find out his powers as a knight of the Zodiac. But Seiya is not so serious at first, so Marin tells him that by working hard and gaining his Cosmo, he will be able to find his long-lost sister. In the end, Seiya finally reaches his true potential, and after finding his Cosmo, the warrior is turned into a Pegasus Knight, which is his real identity. After reaching his new look and powers, Seiya has a vision where he sees Alman present in his house when his sister was taken away. He feels betrayed and angry, so he goes to Alman's safe house to seek revenge. Here, he finds Sienna, who will reveal to him what really happened to Patricia. According to her words, Gurad has been seeking Cosmo power ever since Seiya's childhood, as she needed the power of the stars to stay alive. When Seiya hit Patricia's pendant, an explosion of Cosmo happened, so Gurad followed this blast and found the brother and sister's house. She thought that Patricia was the one with cosmic powers, and that's why she was the one that was kidnapped. However, there was no such power in her. Patricia knew that her brother had it, and that's why she hid and saved him. And not just Patricia. Gurad also kidnapped many other children who she suspected of having cosmic powers. But when it was obvious that none of them could help her get what she wants, Gurad abandoned them all. And even though there's no evidence that Patricia is still alive, the brother chooses to believe that he will find her. Almost forgot to mention at this point that Cassius is one of Gurad's subordinates. He accepts her offer just to get revenge on Seiya for losing in the ring. Together with Gurad, they arrive at Kiddo's safe house, and a fight between Seiya and Gurad's soldiers starts. But the young warrior is now unable to activate his Pegasus armor, so the fight against Cassius leaves him unconscious. To stop Gorad, Kiddo sets his estate to self-destruct, but he dies in the explosion. With nobody to protect her, Sienna is captured by Gorad's soldiers and is taken away. The interesting thing is that Gorad is actually Sienna's mother. This evil lady and Almond were married in the past when they found and decided to adopt the baby. They knew that Sienna was a reincarnation of a goddess, as Almond saw the knight in gold armor who was carrying the baby. One day, while Gorad held Sienna in her arms, the baby unleashed her cosmic power and left Gorad without arms. Almond saved his wife by using gold armor, but with an injury like this, she needed a constant source of cosmo power to stay alive. And this is the real reason why Gorad is constantly looking for anyone who has this kind of power, so she can extract the magic from them and use it for herself. Back to the events in the story. Seiya arrives at Gorad's compound with the help of Mylok. His objective is to save Sienna, but he will have to face Cassios first. This time, Seiya manages to unlock his Pegasus Knight armor and beats up his opponent. In the meantime, Gorad starts her evil operation to take the powers from Sienna and kill her. But during this process, she remembers Almond's words and how he said they must trust Sienna as their parents. So, she is not as evil as she looks. This will make her cancel the operation, but now Nero, her main henchman, is opposing and refuses to stop the extraction. In fact, Nero is the Phoenix Knight, one of the Knights of the Zodiac, who instead of protecting the goddess, decides to not support the idea of saving humanity and wants Sienna to die. And not only to kill her, Nero also wants the powers of the golden armor that Gorad is still wearing. Seiya enters the scene and starts to fight against Phoenix. Both knights end up injured during this massive battle. Then, Sienna turns into the form of the goddess Athena, causing widespread destruction. Nero tries to attack and stop her, but he is easily defeated by the goddess's war powers. In the end, with Seiya's help, Sienna manages to regain control and falls unconscious afterward. When she wakes up, her hair turns purple. She reconciles with Gorad and restores her arms. Seiya leaves the place together with Sienna and Mylok, while Nero watches them. At the very end, Seiya and Sienna are sitting next to each other and discussing their next plan, with Sienna saying that they need to go and look for Patricia. She also says that the old gods are returning, and the Knights of the Zodiac will be needed to stop them. During the final scenes, we can see Marin looking at the two from a distance, and this makes us believe that she's actually Patricia herself, but she's still wearing the metal mask on her face and doesn't reveal her identity. Perhaps this secret will be explored in the sequel to the movie.